Hello and welcome back to Tales from the Age of Men and our struggles as an elven, well, not really a vassal, but elven mercenary at the moment, but yes. Okay, so here we go. We're up against yet another vassal from the Sand Vultures. Now, one thing we've got to take into account here, every single time we do a battle like this, we're actually getting some staggering increases. And that's one thing we have to really be very thankful for. Obviously, you know, not dying or being defeated is one thing, but there's a completely other benefit from being able to achieve victory. Obviously, if you're able to have an active participation with your own character in the battle itself, that can make a huge difference to your future endeavors. It can make a big difference, because obviously you're going to level up faster, you're going to gain experience, going to gain all kinds of ways of becoming better, and well, we are going to need to do that, especially with bows, right? Especially with bows. So it's going to be a nice idea for me to maybe get a little bit more of an advanced position here. Try to get a headshot or two. There's a headshot. Okay, well, that was actually a neck shot, but you know, I'll take it. There's a headshot. There we go. Thanks very much. And we can maybe do a little bit of something. Yeah, we're getting some nice hits right here. That's all I can really ask for, to be honest. Just getting some hits. I would like to get some headshots, though. Headshots are a little bit more dicey, of course. Yeah, that's not going to work. No, especially not like that. And shooting trolls is definitely not going to be the way to go either. Nice. Okay, took him down. And maybe we can shoot this fellow too. Ooh, I could have sworn that would have hit there, but nope. There we go. Nice. That was a neck shot too. Okay, great. Good work. And now we have this fellow. Oh yeah, no, that was off the mark. That was that was hilarious. That was funny. All right, yeah. So this guy should be dead. There we go. And now we just have to deal with the encroaching enemy forces, because of course they will try to make their way over here. But this is the great thing. This is the reason why I say you do need to take this opportunity to kind of level up a little bit, try to get your skills into a place where you can fight against these more advanced enemy types, because we are eventually going to be fighting against some people that have enormous amounts of very high tier people, and we really want to be careful of those. And it feels to me like we're actually doing pretty well so far. Do I want to charge in here? I don't want to charge in here, but I do want to put them into a square formation just in case. And yeah, we got... Okay, I'm going to try to focus on this guy if I can. Let's tell my cavalry to charge in as well. That's going to make a big difference, hopefully. Yeah, that guy's just running into the back line. That's not really going to do much. How much am I actually going to do to the trolls if I hit them? 11 damage! 11 damage! Okay, what about if I hit them with my sword? 52 damage. Okay, well that's a little bit better, but 52 damage still. Yeah, trolls, I mean, you know, they are highly protected. So, you know, I feel like that seems like I feel like that's actually a pretty nice amount of damage for us to do, because it doesn't feel like they're too weak, but it doesn't feel like they're too strong either. I feel like the only thing, and they've already said this, by the way, they've already said this in the comments, that their offensive capability, the trolls' offensive capability, is going to be fixed in a future, you know, future build. So, no problem there whatsoever. Okay, so there you go. We have achieved victory, and we got 10,000 gold. 10,000 gold from actually just defeating this guy. And yes, I'm old enough to remember the time in the years beforehand, yes, many years before, when Bannerlord was still in early access, when you would be able to defeat an enemy lord and gain 100,000 gold, or 50,000, or you know, whatever, and you'd be able to gain a significant amount of cash before they capped it. They capped it at 10,000. Can you believe it? Yeah, I know. For me personally, I feel like it makes no sense for them to cap it at 10,000. I mean, what is the point in that? What does that actually do? All that is you know, artificial prevention of gaining cash as a as a lord, you know, as a player character. But you know, that's just me. Anyway, now we do have this troll mace. We do have this troll mace right here. Hilariously enough, you could literally use this if you wanted to. Boom. Oh, that is hilarious. I mean, funnily enough, it doesn't do that much damage. It only does 76 damage, which is basically nothing. It does very, very little damage. And the shield, of course, is massive. Yes. Obviously, I'm not going to be using that. That is, of course, not going to happen, but it's still, I think it's actually really, really nice that you can equip those things if you want to. If you want to be a little bit funny, then you can obviously do that. For me personally, of course, I'm probably not. I mean, all things considered, that's just, it's, I think, probably unusable. Is it unusable? I don't know. I've not used it, obviously. I've never used it in any of these battles, so it could very well be that it is completely unusable, because let's face it, if it's massive on your character, you're probably not going to be able to see anything unless you're playing in, like, I don't know, first person or whatever. So yeah, that would be, that would actually be kind of funny. But yeah, otherwise, we're just going to make our way back to our previous nearby town, and hopefully Thranduil will actually decide to capture this, because it's taking him quite some time. I'm not sure why he's dilly-dallying so much, but, well, you know, there's not much for me to do about it. He just has to do his own thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to obviously level up our bow skill. We're going to get mounted archery, which is another minus 30% accuracy penalty using bows while mounted, which is definitely going to make a huge difference to us. And we're also going to be speccing another focus point into two-handed. I should probably have specced it into athletics, but I'm going to just go with it like this. And we are otherwise going to make our way back here. Hopefully what we're going to be able to do is get some armor. That is my main concern right now. Obviously, I only have 100,000. I know I say only 100,000, and to you know, a character that's just started playing the game, 100,000 is a lot of cash. But when it comes to purchasing elven armor, I'm kind of worried that we're not going to be able to earn enough to be able to afford them, you see, because there are, of course, pieces of equipment from Legolas and from Thranduil himself and various other heroes, and they're all extremely good. That armor is all amazing, absolutely fantastic, and I would love to be able to afford that. Let's have a look and see whether, yes, as you can see, Legolas's gloves, you can see there 280,000. Thranduil's body armor, you can see here that that is indeed 220,000, and various other amazing, amazing things that I would love to be able to purchase, but unfortunately I cannot afford them. I can afford this, which is okay. It provides no leg armor whatsoever, though, which is a little bit not exactly great for me. And otherwise, as you can see, most of the rest of what is available here is just not very good. So the only thing I can really do is either earn this amount of money, which shouldn't be that bad, to be honest. If you think about it, it's probably not going to take us that long at all. This helmet is much better for... This looks absolutely hilarious on her, I've got to say, considering she's wearing like bright red and then this. But yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is I am actually just going to equip her in basically anything that she can wear right now. Because I just want her to be better in regards to her protection, so she doesn't die as easily, you know, all that wonderful stuff. And then we're just going to sell everything. Just going to sell everything. There you go. 48,000. Pretty nice, actually. Pretty nice. And we also have the ability to sell... Oh, yeah. These troll shields actually sell for a huge amount. I didn't even see that to begin with. All right. So this is really, really good. So that means that what I can potentially do... Look at that, 66,000. That's actually really nice. Let's see. Can I actually purchase this body armor now? No, I don't have enough. No, I really don't. I could buy the boots. Yeah, I could buy the boots. That is literally all I could buy. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I could sell... Is there anything else I could sell here? I could sell these things, but that's not really going to get me anything at all. Can I afford it now? I might be able to. Let's actually just... What do we want? Which one do we want? The slim version or the regular version? I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so we're going to be... Oh, no, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Look at this. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, this is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. So we're paying 95,000, almost 96,000. Yep, I'm going to be taking that. Thanks very much. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is a massive, massive upgrade. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save real fast because I am going to be heading into the smithy in just a second. And I do have my new Smith mod installed, like I told you in the previous episode. And I'm hopeful that it will work still because I did actually check it. There we go. All right, we're in. Okay, fantastic. Now let's actually see whether it works as we think it's going to. So what do I want to do? Well, I would like to potentially create a two-handed sword. I mean, you can see here that we have a wide variety of options available, and yeah, we can create something like so if we want to do that. Should we could do this. There we go. Yes, new smithing part. Okay, very nice. And as you can see, my stamina is completely unaffected, which is absolutely wonderful. One of the greatest things we could ever do. So we are just going to create a huge amount of these things, and then we're just going to be smelting them all as well, because that's what we're doing right now. I'm literally just trying to unlock parts. That's literally all I'm trying to do right now. Just trying to unlock parts for two-handed swords, and we are otherwise... Ooh. Oh, the Uruk swords are also really good. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. I did not know that. So, as you can quite clearly see here, you can literally get, if you smelt a Mordor Uruk Sword 3, or any of these basically, you're going to be getting 28 fine steel and 8 Thammaskeen steel, which is absolutely amazing. So smithing skill is really, really cool. And I'm going to say this right now. I hope that this doesn't get changed, to be honest, because I feel like this is really, really fun. But obviously, this is the thing, right? Just think about it, right? From a base game perspective, smithing, it's not a very fun activity. I'm just going to say this as someone that's played the game for years and years. I don't really look forward to smithing unless I actually have a mod like this installed. So what I'm going to say is feedback from me, at least, in regards to, you know, how much stuff you can actually get from swords and things like that. I would say leave this the way it is, because if these Uruk swords start to return stuff like wrought iron, iron, steel, even crude iron, if they start to give you some low-level crafting materials, and that's all they do, and they don't really give you anything higher level or anything like that, and you're playing without any of these stamina-based mods, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to refine those, right? Those crude iron pieces, the wrought iron pieces, the fine steel, and so on and so forth. You're going to have to refine all of those and go from step 0 all the way to step 6 or whatever it is to be able to get to Thammaskeen steel. And without a stamina mod, that is going to take forever. So I really, really hope that the modding team actually just keeps the way that it is right now, because I personally believe that that is probably the best thing that they could do, in my opinion. This is obviously my own personal opinion. This is not a case of, you know, this being a thing that actually matters, because my opinion doesn't really matter that much. But what I'm saying is, I feel like the way that this is done is extremely player-friendly. I'm saying player-friendly as in they're trying to make this... I mean, I don't know whether this was on purpose or anything like that, but if this was an actual, you know, like, on-purpose design decision, this was obviously, in my opinion, perfect. This is really, really well done, because what you're going to get from this is you're going to get so much fine steel and Thammaskeen steel. Obviously, you can use this however much or however little you want, right? So what I'm saying is, if you want to, you know, like, if you want to literally smelt all of this stuff and literally have an insane amount of fine steel in your inventory, then you can do that if you want, right? That's obviously up to you, right? But from my perspective, I feel like, yeah, actually, I do want that, because I don't want smithing to take 10,000 years to level up. Do you? Do you want that to happen? Do you want smithing to take that long to level up? Because from my perspective, I really don't. I don't really want to. I don't want to be staring at this menu for hours upon hours upon hours. I want to be going out there and using my weapons, crafting my weapons, and actually murdering people with them. because that's going to be so much more fun and so much more enjoyable, to me at least. But obviously, if you're playing a trader, you know, maybe you're playing a trader character, maybe you're playing a pacifist character or something along those lines that doesn't really like to fight themselves, then okay, sure, I can understand the reasoning why you may not want to, you know, get out there and fight as much, because maybe that's what you're doing, you know, maybe that's your roleplay situation. And obviously, if you take a look at what we're actually gaining here, because obviously if you look at how we're smelting some stuff, I mean, if anything, I would say just reduce the amount of fine steel that you get from these things and the amount of Thermoscene steel that you get by 50%, I guess, by 50%. That would probably be a good balancing measure, but from my perspective, I think this is really good. Because imagine, you need to unlock all this stuff first, right? You need to unlock all this stuff first, and obviously that takes time, and it's just, I don't know, it feels to me like this is nice. You know, it feels good to have a lot of high-level resources when usually you are starving for them. You know, as a player in Bannerlord, usually you're like, oh no, I don't have enough to be able to do this because the game is just not giving me any of these, and it's just very sad. And look at this, look at what I can do right now. I'm leveling this thing up, and I'm just crafting all of this, and it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm loving it. It's just so much fun to be able to have that much in terms of high-level stuff. And yeah, as I said, if you do want to balance it, and this is obviously a comment to the modding team, if you do want to balance it, I would just say, hey, you know what, just make it 50% less. Something like that. You don't have to completely nerf it into the ground. If you don't want to, obviously, it is your creative vision after all, not mine. So I'm just providing feedback, and you can use it however you want, as it always is the case. But yeah, as I say, from my perspective, I think it's fun. I think it's fun, and I think it does provide a lot more player agency, and it provides, you know, a lot more. I don't know, because the funny thing is, I'm not going to sell this stuff, right? I don't need money. I mean, yeah, I kind of do, obviously, because I want to purchase this this armor and stuff like that, right? I want to purchase this really amazing, these, I don't know, Legolas's cape, for example. I want to purchase that. So if I want to do that, what do? Well, I can go to Fine Steel here, and you can see that technically Fine Steel isn't even selling for that much. But imagine if I go to a place and it is selling for a lot. Well, then I could probably make a tidy profit. But I don't know. I mean, does that really matter? I'm not sure. It's a single-player experience after all, so I don't know. Maybe it is. Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but I just thought I would provide my thoughts on that because I think smithing is definitely worth it at the moment in this version of the mod. Obviously, this is the whole point. It's a difficult balancing act because this is the reason why smithing is so. I don't want to say unrewarding because it can be very, very rewarding, but it takes a long time to do anything with it. And that's the only issue that I have with it at the moment in its base game, you know, in its base game form. Because I think that one thing would be fantastic to happen with this particular iteration of smithing. In the base game, just literally make it so that every single time you create a weapon, you gain a significant amount of skill points. And I'm talking about a significant amount. I'm talking at least 5 to 10 skill points per craft. Obviously, not when you get to higher levels. Make it scale a little bit. You know, you don't want it to just give you 5 to 10 every single time. But I'm just saying, in a situation where you are literally at, I don't know, 100 smithing, I don't think it should just give you 2 skill points or 1 skill point. I think it should give you at least 5 in that situation. But when you start to get to about 200, you know, 200, 250, something like that, that's when it should slow down and give you 1 or 2 skill points. And that's it. Or none, at the very least. Maybe, you know, maybe none in that case. Because I feel like that's so much more player friendly. Like I say, it's not requiring you to spend a huge amount of time just sitting there at the town crafting over and over. Obviously, as I said, if that is your thing and that's what you enjoy doing, then all power to you. But from my perspective, I prefer to be doing other things. I like to go out there and fight some stuff and get myself killed and, you know, get myself captured and maybe become the vassal of some guy somewhere and, you know, all that random stuff, and maybe trade some grain to a city that's just been besieged for a tidy profit. You know, that kind of thing. I do like doing a variety of different things, you know, participating in a tournament and so on. I find that fun. But obviously, if other people find the sort of like smithing life fun, then that's all good as well. But, you know, as I say, I feel like that is not so good in the base game version at the moment. It is making things a little bit too drawn out for my liking. Same thing with roguery skill to a certain degree as well. Roguery skill is kind of frustrating to level up most of the time. Okay, so that's a nice kill. We already eliminated the... Oh dear. Ooh, careful, careful. Almost got myself killed right there. That would have been funny. Okay, so let me just actually see if we can do something here. Maybe a nice little... and I was going to say, a nice little snipe. No, nope. That's a little bit better. Alright. I could have sworn that would have been a hit, but alright, okay. Now we are wearing some extremely nice armor now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we actually take, well, very little damage in comparison to what we were taking before, which I have to admit, I am looking forward to seeing. So I'm kind of, I'm not taking so much of a risk, but I am kind of putting myself in a, you know, sort of like in a scenario where I can be hit quite easily. And I'm not entirely sure why I'm not hitting these guys, but there you go. Alright. Oh, that was nice. They were both low health. That's pretty cool. Come on now. Get him. No, we're not going to get him with this. We're going to get him with the two-handed. There we go. Oh, wow. That was... I could feel that... That was like one of those hits that reverberates into his descendants. Or his ancestors can feel that in the grave. Or something along those lines. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so we are going to have a bit of a situation here. Hello trolls. We don't really need to worry about them at the moment. We can just ride away from them however we like. Okay, come on now. Let's be careful. Okay, we can do some damage, but as you can see, they just... I mean, this is an extremely powerful sword, and I'm doing not much damage to them, surprisingly, but... Yeah, I mean, maybe not surprisingly, because indeed they are trolls, of course. Don't even know how much HP they have. Okay, there we go. I think we're actually fine. We do seem to be completely and utterly fine right here. And I think that's it. I'm actually very surprised. Okay, so Thranduil decided to run away. I'm not sure why he did that. One thing we're going to have to do, though... Oh, my cavalry is once again just running after this guy and just doing the... just cue the Benny Hill theme. That's all you need to say right there, yes. I can't play it because copyright, but, you know... That is what we should be imagining right now, yes. But yeah, as you see there, these smaller parties, they don't do very well with trolls. If they have trolls, then it's very, very bad for them. Larger parties, on the other hand, that is where trolls will be extremely effective. Because if you have a bunch of supporting units that can actually do damage and actually, you know, pose an offensive threat, then you really have something kind of problematic to deal with there. Okay, so Cargos is actually inside here. He has 56. We've just taken something else. What did we just take right there? What is that? Did we take something down here? No. Maybe we took a castle. I have to zoom in on this a huge amount to be able to see stuff. I'm actually not entirely sure. What did we take? Who took what? I don't know. Where was that? Anyway. Yeah, I have no idea. What if I just put this? There we go. Okay, I can actually see where it is now. Okay, so Thranduil actually did take this. Where is it? Oh, there. What? What? Wasn't that already taken? Okay, apparently that wasn't already taken. Is this a town? This is a town, actually. So we could... is it a town? I actually don't know. Wait a minute. No, it's not a town. Okay. It was just showing up on the zoom out because I was... Yeah, still marked it. I still had it marked. Okay, so let's actually just do this, and we're gonna besiege this. And the main reason why I'm gonna do this right now, yeah, is because I wanted them to sally out. Okay, so they're gonna sally out a little bit here. That's okay. Let's get breeder skill. Breeder skill is absolutely fantastic. Alright, so here we go. We got these guys into a square formation here, and we're ready with our archers as well. Now, the one thing we have to do as a good member of our army is we need to actually murder as many of the enemy's cavalry as possible. So that means going in... Whoa, okay, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to have to do something with these guys. I've never seen these fellows before, but I can assume they're going to be kind of dangerous. Nice. Oh yeah, this is going to be problematic. Oh dear. Oh my. Okay, well, I can only hope that my archers are actually going to do something. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, there we go. We got some good kills. And, oh nice, that was a good one too. Okay, I like it. I'm trying to utilize my sword as best as possible, but every single time we go for a swing, it's very difficult to get close to these camels. The camels are a bit high difficulty for me for some reason. But we can do some damage here at least. Whoa, that was a nice hit too. Okay, I like it, I like it. Now, if we can just continue to do damage like this. Don't die, don't die. I need to continue doing damage to these guys. And I actually need to continue hitting them. Let's tell our cavalry to charge in. There we go. Come on. We need this. Nice. Okay, we just need these Dragon Knights to get hit over and over again. We need to eliminate that. There we go. Nice. Okay. Can we actually kill the enemy vassal? Is this him? I'm actually not entirely sure. I'm trying to be super, super careful here as well. It's very difficult to do that when you are being targeted by so many people, but we just have to make do. Our cavalry is running in and around the area as well, which is okay. Kill that guy. Nice. Okay, eliminated him. Okay, the cavalry are dead in the back here, so that's okay. We can now do something... Nope, never mind. I was going to say we can now do something with this fellow, but no. Maybe we can do something with this fellow as well. He's switching weapon for some reason. I don't know why he did that. Okay, nice. Don't get killed, don't get killed. My armor is absolutely coming in mighty handy right here. I can just hope that my horse does not get killed in the process as well. Okay, so the question remains... Oh, am I being shot? Yeah, I'm being shot from somewhere. Okay, well, I should probably be a little bit careful now. We do not want to get below 50% HP if we can help it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually just wait. We are just going to wait for our archers to inflict damage to the enemy. As you can see, as soon as I, get over the hill here, the small little dip in the landscape, as soon as that happens, I'm getting shot immediately. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to advance my infantry over there. Do I have any cavalry? I do have some cavalry. For some reason, only one. Did they all get killed? Yes, they all got killed. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that they themselves would be a little bit of a counterbalance to the enemy's cavalry, but of course if they decided to run into the majority of enemy units over there, then, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I guess I could just try to tell them to, I don't know, micromanage them a little bit more, I guess, which is not really something I wanted to do super badly. Let's just tell these guys to move over there. We're going to have to be... let's move them into a shield wall, actually. And let's move our archers a little bit further down. Really want to be very, very careful about my mount as well. Okay, they're actually coming... Oh, wait a minute. They're actually doing something? Okay, yeah, you should go in there. You should go in there. Let's put them into a square once again. Just in case they get surrounded or something like that. Which is very possible at this point, I feel. Okay, the enemy's archers are getting targeted, which is very nice. Don't get shot now. We can very easily die, I think, if we get hit in our heads. Okay, here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Cargoes is right there, by the way. This is looking kind of harsh right now. This is looking kind of harsh. I'm not sure how we're going to be really doing here. We are ending up losing a lot of people right now. I'm not entirely sure if we can even sustain this. I don't think we can. Ooh, got ourselves killed right there. Okay, we're gonna have to retreat from this. I'm not entirely sure if we can even do that. Yeah, we can't. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Okay, well, that just goes to show that if you try, well, you can still end up losing that, but that's all right. We did look at. See, now this is what we have to remember here. Look at our insane level ups. We leveled up 3 times. No, not 3 times. We did gain a huge amount of skill in two-handed, which was obviously exactly one of the points why we wanted to do this, why we wanted to do a wide variety of different bits of combat here. So I'm going to go for Berserker, going to go for Projectile Deflection, going to go for Terror. Terror actually would have won us that battle, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we didn't have that at the time. So there you go, that's how things are, and we're going to be going for Walk It Off here because I do think that that plus 10 hit points recovery after each offensive battle is definitely going to help us out. Hopefully most of it is actually going to help us out, you know, a great deal. Same thing with this. This is a Thunderous Charge is going to make an insane difference. Same thing with Terror. So basically, as you can see right here, if these things actually stack, this is insanely good because 20% battle morale effect to enemy troops, and then 20% battle morale penalty to enemies with mounted melee kills. So basically, if you're killing people with two-handed weapons and you're on a mount, you are inflicting 40% additional battle morale penalty to opponents. And that is fundamentally one of the best combinations in the game, if it does actually stack. I think it does. I think it does, but I could be wrong about that. What we're going to do is we're probably going to put another point into probably writing skill, I guess, because yeah, that's a lower learning rate at the moment. And yeah, as I said, that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to surrender and get taken prisoner, unfortunately, but yeah, we're going to come back stronger. We're going to come back mighty, mighty strong next time. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.